What's the difference between a Balinese temple and an Indian Hindu temple? Well, if you see from the structure itself, the Balinese temples are usually outdoors, and they consist of many different separate altars completely. Meanwhile, if you go to an average temple or a mandir in India, they tend to have a very different format, especially depending where you are. Most temples that you see in India, they basically are shrines. They have many different enclosed structures, and then you have the garbhagriha, the main place where the deity is worshipped. In Bali, however, the deities are behind closed doors. So yes, they do have deities, but they are usually just taken out during major temple ceremonies. There are many different separate altars in a Balinese temple that are dedicated to different things. So for example, you have an altar dedicated to the volcano, Gunung Agung or Gunung Batur. You also have altars that are dedicated to ancestors of a particular lineage or a particular sage. You also have an altar that is meant for the sun god, that is meant for Shiva, the supreme god of the Shaivite religion that's predominant in Bali. The deity itself is in this sort of altar. It's enclosed behind wooden doors and only taken out during massive major ceremonies. So day to day, the Balinese go to the temple and they go through a pamangku. The pamangku will then worship in some Sanskrit mantras with predominant Balinese mantras as well, and they would have to call upon the gods to descend, and then worship will commence. Meanwhile, in India, you still have the tradition of deity worship. So the deity is always present, the deity is given offerings, puja and upacharas daily. However, in Bali, the deities have to be invited before a particular prayer happens. So you need to have a pamangku, a priest as the mediator. During major ceremonies in Bali, the deities that are enshrined within the pura, within the temple, are taken out. You then will have to entertain this deity. So the ceremony of the temple will take a while. This is called the odalan ceremony and can last sometimes to 7 or 10 days, depending on the stage and the budget for the temple ceremony itself. But every single day, every single hour, the deity has to be entertained during the odalan ceremony. If not, the deity goes back to its gedong, or to its enclosed shrine, and kept there for safekeeping until the next ceremony again. This is very different, of course, from the deity worship culture you have in India, where the deity is awakened, fed multiple times a day, put to sleep, and so forth every single day. If we take a look at the candi, or the Javanese temples that you see, like Prambanan and other places in Java, they have deities of Shiva, of Durga, of Ganesha, of Vishnu, and so forth, or they have a Shivalinga. It might be that in the past, during those Hindu Shaivite kingdoms, there used to be actual temple culture, worship of deities, worship of Shivalinga according to the Shaiva Agamas. But then in time, as the funding from these kingdoms decreased and as the kingdoms itself lost power, as we see in Bali today, the worship of the deity or of the linga needs to be far more simplified. So in India, we still have deity worship. In Java, we used to have deity worship, but in Bali today, the deities are taken out only during ceremonies. What's also really unique in Bali is that we have the tapel, or the mask, which actually are local indigenous deities of Bali themselves. These masks would then come out for dance during major ceremony and would be the mediator of the common people to the gods that reside there. So next time when you visit a Balinese Hindu temple, don't be surprised. It might look very different from what you get in the mandirs of India or in the candis of Java, but that's the beauty of Hinduism. It can be different from place to place, but still carry the same essence according to what's required and what's needed by its people.